After a wild opener in Austria, the top open-wheel pro hopefuls in all of iRacing are on a mission for early season points in northern Italy. This is round 2 of the GP Turn Racing iRacing qualifying series for the virtual Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Itino Ferrari.
Let's get ready though. Round 2 of the championship gets itself underway, and some shocking starts from the second row of the grid. Xabi Rose went backwards. Marcos Nunez went even further backwards. They're almost in the grass. They rush in through, and as they go through, there's one backwards going in through Tamarello, avoids everybody as they go through. Some great heads-up driving. It was Marcus Luzio who was around in the early stages.
Yes, and I believe Jorge Martinez also got out of the way there to avoid that spinning car. But as you said, a terrible start in the middle of the field there for a couple of drivers, Nunez in particular. But up at the front here, a little bit of side-by-side farther back in, but it looks like Espes trying to challenge on Fenalosa. Here we go, a little bit of a battle playing out with Alta's teammates right now. This is Vasquez and Marcheno.
It is. So now the question is going to be for Simone Maria Marcheno, who's used his drop round with the opening round of the championship, with Aaron Vasquez, the championship leader, behind. Are there going to be team games that are going to be played this early in the season, or are they still at Rubbings Racing and going out there and trying to do what they can? We go on board with Vasquez, descending down the hill in towards the two Ravazzas. There's a reason why, DJ, this place was chosen 3 years ago. Spin! Spin, spin, spin! Round, that's Pablo Espes going around a Ravazza. He drops way down the order. He's right at the back. Down the inside was Simone Maria Marcheno. He's on home soil, even though he is from the islands in the south. Contact, hip check for Matt Emery. He'll get demoted right down the back of the group, and that will put him behind the likes of Daniel Civi-Sabo. Marcheno and Vasquez, who started 8th and 10th, well, after just 4 laps of this race, they've jumped up to 3rd and 4th. This Altus team is motoring in the early stages, and I wonder if they have underfueled their car, that they've got a lighter car compared to everyone else.
It's going to be a big sweep, and that's going to help as well.
That is certainly going to help. Pushing a little bit too hard down the hill at Ravazza. Kuba, look behind you. Simone is going to make a move, and because of the draft, they're going to bring in Aaron Vasquez through as well. Does he get checked up enough, though, to make it 3 wide? He tucks back into the slipstream of his teammate. They both hit the brakes, and both of the Altus cars go through. It's Altus locking the podium again.
Apex Racing cars in tow, in sync, off and away, in a line, in fact. And that's a major thing for this race right now, Jake, is being able to work together. We've seen how impactful that was to help your competitors save a little bit for that last part of the race when the points really solidify themselves for position. They seem to be all in sync to work together to keep up with their competitors.
Here comes Fenalosa now along the front stretch. It's a long drag to get up to speed. He's going to fly by. They're only just leaving the pit. So Simone Maria Marcheno, yes, he's been able to pull the gap down a little bit, but not enough to really make a sizable dent. And now they're having to battle coming out of the pit lane. Maciejewski there trying to get past Quintaye there, and that was full position. Xabi Rose now all over him like a hot rash. So it's Fenalosa who leads. It's Simone Maria Marcheno in 2nd. Aaron Vasquez currently in 3rd. But all of that work to try and build those margins, it's not worked. They haven't been able to pull away fully from the group in 4th and 5th.
To create the right streamline effect down the cars, we've got to move.
We do. Simone's going to fall behind. Aaron Vasquez is going to take some donkey work then at the front of this field, and they have to be alert with the way they want to chase if they want to reel back Carlos Fenalosa. So who is going to push then with 12 laps to go here at Imola? They wake up knowing that after this race, they will head to one of iRacing's new circuits on its service. They're heading to Jerez. I am just alert to the gap that the last time we looked, that gap was 3.5 seconds. It's now suddenly 5, because I think Vasquez, Marcheno, Rose, and Maciejewski, they're playing Guinea Pig. No one wants to lead that group. The fact that they're not fighting amongst each other in that group here in 2nd position on back, just keeping Michael Jani away, just closing down, that's Fenalosa. Fenalosa's going to have to find a couple of good laps to give himself that security into the final 5 here at Imola. 3 laps to go for Carlos Fenalosa. The gap has stabilized at the front of the field. 2.1 seconds it stands at the moment as it climbs back up that gap with the power that they've got. And now you're starting to sense, at what point does Aaron Vasquez realize that he is fodder for Simone Maria Marcheno.
This is a little bit of that teammate principle coming into play here. Oh, big wibble!
Look at that, just like what happened earlier on last week. It is Simone Maria Marcheno with a mistake that costs him out of the Villeneuve chicane, too much curb on the exit, and he finds out, again, it doesn't cost his race, but it costs him 3 vital positions for his championship. A mistake, though, for Chabi Rose. He attacks too much out of Ravazza. This will open the chance. White flag for Fenalosa. Here comes Maciejewski then, searching for the podium. Kuma is through, up into 3rd position then, with the most basic of passes. Maciejewski capitalizing. There goes Chabi Rose. Chabi Rose around, tires into the barriers, and just like that, he'll have to scamper home. Wounded as he now tries to go through. A big mistake from the young star as he now realizes his race in jeopardy here in the final stages is with number 6, Carlos Fenalosa, who finds himself now heading through Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2 as dominant as it comes. It was aggressive, it was bold, it was beautiful. It's Carlos Fenalosa who finds fantastic results here at Imola.
Absolutely fantastic drive for Fenalosa and for Vasquez. Got a little bit more battle farther back in the field. Gall and Chin drag racing to the line.
Oh, that was close. I think Alex Gall here might have just stolen that one here, and he has by about 0.03 of a second over Caitlin Chin.
That is a major storyline, to say the very least, for some of these drivers. Let's take a look at the unofficial race results as they cross the line fully. Carlos Fenalosa, Vasquez, Maciejewski amongst the top 3. Then you have Renziel with a good run in 4th, but what could have been for decent points for others. Gianni, Chevy Chabo, Torres, Nunez, Emery, and Gao. A big race for car 11 with a 10th place run. They needed to have a decent finish. In turn, Alex doing so today. Amongst those in the back half of this field, though, it was intriguing for some of the others. Calvin Chin floated up from 14th to 11th. Henkel, Chabi Rose, along with Alargo, along with Lucio, Quintani, Marinquez, along with Valero and Espez,